So we're back in Las Vegas now, ready for Accountex starting this evening. Since the first video, we had another day in Los Angeles. Andrew's headed up to San Fran and Utah, and I headed across to Denver to see Zero and a couple of accountants. The things we're noticing in the US, or things certainly I've noticed, there seems to be a much more solution-based approach in the US. So a lot more people are coming at things what I would call app first. So whereas generally we see clients looking at the likes of Zero and things like that first, and then what sits around it in terms of business applications, a huge amount more people here, and from speaking to both Zero and a few accountants, seem to be looking for a whole system approach to start with.
Yeah, I'm also noticing, speaking with a few other accountants as well, this kind of fear of the cloud, I guess, and maybe some of the automation that comes out of it, and the responsibility that's taken out of the hands of the accountant and given to the application, the software itself. And a couple of people have actually chosen not, have played around with the cloud and then chosen not to use it because of some of the control that they feel that they're losing, that perhaps the cloud actually is giving them without them realising too. We're actually in Vegas at the moment, so we're getting ready for Accountex. I'll be heading to a session relatively soon. And I'm really looking forward to actually seeing, I guess, what that whole kind of American kind of feel and somewhat international feel is looking like as well, and how the different technologies that we're currently using quite expansively within Australia, how that's actually embraced within America, and some of the issues that maybe they're foreseeing in terms of being able to pick up and utilise these tools that we're seeing a lot of value. What's actually stopping them from being able to do that as well?
I think as well, like from my end of what I'm looking for Accountex, there's a few solutions that I want to talk to which are quite US centric, so especially things around kind of tax, sales tax, some channels like Amazon, things like that. I think as well what will be really interesting is seeing, there's been a lot of talk around the election and things like that about people's kind of echo chambers. So naturally, like, I'm surrounded in Australia by people that think Zero is fantastic, the cloud is fantastic, accounting is going this way, that's how technology sits. I'm looking forward to seeing a whole different sphere on kind of what I know and see where the market feel is here in the US. So I think we'll probably be sharing over the next few days more like a video or two a day from some of the kind of key players. But that's kind of my angle I want to take on it.
Yeah, speaking of the election, it's been a little bit odd. I think the general consensus I'm feeling is that, I've spent a lot of times in non-Trump states, is that whilst they're disappointed, they're kind of getting along to business as usual. They're saying, well, this has happened, that's fine, it's not going to interrupt what they do, and they're really trying to stick in and continue to do what they believe in as well. How about yourself, Dan?
Probably similar. So I've been California 70-80% blue. Denver as a city is very blue, although Colorado is kind of mixed, and now Nevada is blue as well. So again, talking about like your sphere and what you know, I think we're in blue states and we're in Clinton states. There was quite a bit of anger for the first day or two, but I think certainly now, nothing politics-wise will happen until January and inauguration. Now it seems to be exactly that. What's done is done. We're now wasting everybody's time. Certainly I'm not seeing pleasure in what's happened, but I think it's kind of suck it and see approach now.
Cool. So we've got a few days coming up still with Accountex. We're going to be going through a whole bunch of kind of seminars and keynote speaking, as well as catching up with a bunch of different vendors and solution providers as well. We'll probably touch base with you guys towards the end of Accountex, maybe after the last day, before we make the long trip back to Australia. So keep well, and we'll speak to you soon.